Welcome to the e-learning platform by Science Spark. So today we are going to see the part 3 of motions of the earth, and that is from standard 5th. Now let's see what are we going to cover in this video. Firstly, we will see what are different phases of moon with an experiment and an activity based on it. Then we will see what actually are eclipses and how they occur. And finally, we will see a demonstration to understand eclipses and its types. So friends, what are phases of moon? So friends, phase of the moon is the shape of the directly sunlit portion of the moon as seen from Earth. Now what do you exactly mean by that? Now firstly, as you know, moon is a natural satellite of Earth. So it doesn't have its own light. The light which we see on the moon is falling from sun. Sun emits light, it falls on the moon, it reflects back, and we see that part of the moon, right? So at all times, half of the moon is always lit up by sun and half of it is in darkness. Also, we know that moon revolves around earth, right? So perspectively, if we are on earth, we will see sometimes the portion which is not lit, sometimes which is fully lit, and sometimes in between. So all these are called as phases of moon. So the first phase is new moon, the day which we don't see any moon in the sky because the lit portion is behind. The next phase is waxing crescent, in which we see the crescent moon. Next is first quarter, in which we see half the moon. Then comes waxing gibbous, and then full moon. So on full moon day we see whole moon in the sky. Then comes waning gibbous, last quarter, waning crescent, and finally again new moon. So this cycle completes. Right. Now we will see an experiment to understand how does this phases occur. So we are going to learn more about phases of moon. Now friends, tell me, you know that moon rotates around itself as well as at the same time it revolves around earth. And as you know, moon is a natural satellite of earth, so it doesn't have its own light. Whatever the light we see on the moon is actually the light coming from sun that is reflected back from the moon, and we can see that. So in this experiment, I have used a thermocol ball which is acting like a moon. Here I have a lamp which is acting like sun, and the camera I am holding, that position is earth. So right now from earth we can see the moon like this, right? Okay. So in the night sky you can see the moon, right? But does it look the same every day? No, it does not. Sometimes you see full moon, sometimes you don't see anything, sometimes you see half a moon, right? So why is that? And what are these called? So these are called as phases of moon. Now we will see why is that, right? So I will bring the moon at this position. Okay, fine. Now the sun's light is falling on the moon and that portion is not visible from earth, right? So we actually see the shadow of the moon, or actually we don't see any moon from earth. So this is new moon. And friends, as you know that the direction of revolution of moon is anti-clockwise. So now I will also move this moon anti-clockwise, and one by one we'll see the phases. So this is crescent moon, right? And it is called as waxing crescent. Now we can see half moon. So this is first quarter. This is gibbous moon or waxing gibbous. And at this position, you can see the moon, fully moon, right? So this is full moon. Now this is again gibbous moon, or it is called as waning gibbous. This is last quarter. This is waning crescent. And again new moon. Right? So this is the complete cycle, the complete revolution of moon with all its phases. Now tell me friends, how much time does it take between two new moons? Hello. So this is a fun activity of phases of moon. So in this activity, we are going to make a toy or a model which shows us different phases of moon. So for that you will need a plastic cup like this. You can use a paper cup also. So for the first step, you will need a marker and a scale. You have to draw lines on the bottom of the cup. So you have to draw around 4 lines. So one line I will draw like this, approximately from the center. The second line should be perpendicular to this line. Perpendicular means the angle should be 90 degree. A plus sign. Can you see a plus sign? Yes. Now third line should be exactly in between these two lines here, like this. Yes, this line you have drawn. So the fourth line should be perpendicular to this line. That means it should pass like this. So here are our 4 lines. So in the next step, we are going to extend these lines up to this point. So we have extended all the lines like this. Now, at the bottom of each line, you are going to draw a circle. Circle like this. So we have drawn 8 circles. So each circle represents the moon or the phase of the moon. Now for example, consider this circle as full moon. So we'll write here FM for full moon. And the circle which is exactly opposite of that, we will write new moon, that is NM here. So like this. Now you know, on new moon day we don't see any moon. So we will make this circle black, totally black. So here we have made this circle totally black, that is new moon. So as you know, moon revolves around the earth in anti-clockwise direction. So I will also rotate this in anti-clockwise direction. So next circle is this, and the next phase after the new moon is called as waxing crescent. So we will just draw the waxing crescent. So this is waxing crescent. Now if I rotate this anti-clockwise, the next phase will be quarter moon, or it is called as the first quarter, in which we see half the moon. So this is first quarter. Now if I rotate it anti-clockwise, the next will be waxing gibbous. So this is waxing gibbous. And the next phase, if I rotate it anti-clockwise, is the full moon. And then after that, again we will see gibbous. last quarter and crescent. So this gibbous and crescent here are called as waning gibbous and waning crescent. So I will draw all the three now. So here we have waning gibbous, last quarter, waning crescent, and after that new moon. So these are the 8 phases. Now we require to cut an A4 size paper into 2 parts like this, out of which the shorter part you have to curve it like this and insert inside the plastic cup like this. Now you can clearly see the phases: new moon, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, last quarter, waning crescent, and again new moon. Now the next step is you have to curve this paper over this glass and paste it here, and you have to make a hole here like this, that the moons which you have drawn on the plastic cup are visible through that hole. Here we have made the hole. Now we will put this paper in this plastic glass like this, and we will take it to new moon first. So this is new moon, and then we have to rotate the plastic glass in anti-clockwise direction to see all the phases. Like this is new moon, this is waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, last quarter, waning crescent, and again new. So friends, what is eclipse? Now first we will see a clip to understand how they occur. So friends, now we are going to see what is eclipse. But before that, we will just generally know how eclipses occur and what is the basic principle behind it. So here I have with me 2 balls of varied sizes and a torch which acts as a light source. Now if I place this object here and the torch here, if I light this torch, you can see a shadow forming on the wall behind the ball, right? Now as you know, in the sky there are various celestial objects moving here and there, and some of them are quite close to each other, such as Earth and Moon. So you know that Moon revolves around the Earth. Let's say for example this is a moon and it revolves around this Earth. Now if I keep this ball here and let's say this is the sun. Now here my moon is lightened up, but when it goes back, it is obstructed by this object. The light is not falling on this ball. So this we call it as eclipse, right? So whenever an object obstructs the path of light from falling on it, we say that there is an eclipse. Alright, now we have seen how eclipses occur. But there are 2 types of eclipses, solar and lunar eclipse. So this is solar eclipse, in which moon is between sun and earth. Now at this position of moon, the phase of the moon as we see from earth is new moon. So solar eclipse always occur on new moon day, right? So as we can see in the picture, moon blocks the light coming from the sun, which is falling on a certain part of earth. And as you see, that part is facing sun, that means there is daytime on earth. And in daytime, whenever moon comes in between sun and earth, the light is obstructed and we say that it is solar eclipse. And when earth is in between sun and moon, then it is lunar eclipse. Right. Now at this position of the moon, the phase as seen from earth is full moon. So lunar eclipse always occur on full moon day. Right. So on full moon day we can see the moon. But when earth comes in between sun and moon, the light falling on the moon is obstructed by earth. And hence lunar eclipse is formed. So friends, as you know, there are two types of eclipses, solar and lunar. What are those? And what exactly happens in the sky or in space? So here we have the globe representing earth. We have a torch representing sun, which acts as a source of light. And we have another small ball which acts as a moon. Right. So friends, you know, sun's light is falling on earth and it is rotating. And you know, moon is also revolving around the earth. Right. So whenever moon comes in between sun and earth, you see the moon's shadow falling on earth, on a certain portion of earth. Right. And on that portion, it is daytime. Right. And the phase of the moon is new moon. So you can't see the moon on that day. And this day, when such condition occurs, when moon obstructs the light falling on earth, on a certain part of earth, this is called as solar eclipse. The part where there is shadow, you can't see the sun. It is obstructed by moon. So this is called as solar eclipse. Now friends, there are few types of solar eclipses, such as total solar eclipse, partial solar eclipse and annular solar eclipse. We will see that in detail afterwards. Now we will look at lunar eclipse. Right. So this is the earth, this is the sun, and your moon is revolving and it is, far away from sun, right? And this day is actually a full moon day, the day on which you can see the full moon. That is because the light from the sun which is falling on the moon, the portion of that part we can see from earth, right? And when moon comes in the region where there is earth's shadow, we call it as lunar eclipse. Okay? So in this condition, earth is obstructing the light which is falling on moon, right? And on full moon day, you can see the moon when there is night, right friends? Okay. So lunar eclipse occur on full moon day. So friends, this was all about solar and lunar eclipse. Thank you. Alright, so let's summarize this video. So firstly, we have seen the different phases of moon. Then also we have seen an experiment on phases of moon with the help of a table lamp and a thermocol ball. Then we have seen a very interesting activity on phases of moon using a marker and a plastic cup. Then we have seen how eclipses occur and the types of eclipses, that is solar and lunar. And we have seen an experiment on shadows. And finally, we have seen the demonstration of eclipses with the help of balls and its types. So here are some questions. You can pause the video here. We can note these questions down. You can write the answers of these questions and send to us by email, or you can either write it in the comments below. Thank you.